Heyo. Oh, got the coffee. Got the coffee. Ooh, that's bright. Let me turn this. So you don't have to be in the light there. No. Darn it. Give me a second. Let's turn it. I need the light, so I just try to sit here in front of it, like this. That way you can still see me, and then you can't see that light poking in your face. There we go. I think let me move my stuff a little. I apologize for keep going in and popping back out, but you know, life is life, and we all got to do what we got to do in order to live it. So, there we go. That blocked it. Let me just have another sip, and we'll wait just a couple of minutes. We're reading this. It's the Tao Te Ching. And if you're thinking of Tai Chi, that's what this is. It's all start of Tai Chi. So if you have the healing power, and if you'd like to get to know it a little bit, you may want to read some of this book. It may be very, very powerful to you. And we are on 15, 16, let's see, 15. Okay, got it. I'm just going to wait just another minute or so, and then I'll start. Let's get this started. I just want to kind of wait a little bit for some people to come in if they want to, you know. And there's one right there. Hello. Just doing stuff to get ready. Who's there, by the way? If you don't mind me asking. That's fine. You stay right there then. We're just going to read the Tao Te Ching tonight. I'm going to try to get done with it all the way. We're on 15 and we have 70 more to go. Or something like that. I think it's like 70. But they're small, you know. They're all like... Here, I'll hold up the book for you like this. So it's kind of small. I can get through it. It just takes a lot of thinking, you know, for each page to make sure you get it right. What they're trying to say. Just got done at, or a little bit ago. How is your company? But it's alright, you know, they only stayed for a few. And they left. So that's cool. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody else is going to show. I think I'm going to wait just a few minutes longer, just to make sure. Because I don't want to have to reread and redo what I'm trying to do. So I'm cramming this book. You want to meditate while we're waiting? Yeah, that's easy to say, hard to do, you know? No, I'm awake for a reason. I need to do this stuff. You know, I think that's the reason why I'm not sleeping. It's because it's trying to tell me I need to get on the ball and do what I need to do. So I'm going to do what I need to do, and then maybe I'll get some sleep. Maybe it'll finally let me. Because it seems like that's the way so far. Like, if I do what I'm supposed to do, then it lets me sleep for like 6 hours, 5 to 6. Other than that, no, it won't let me sleep. I'll lay there and lay there and lay there and try, and it won't happen. You know, I know we all look nuts to you, but we're not. Did you get to watch that Global Witness video? That'll wake you up. That'll tell you the truth right there. It's the CIA director talking too, telling you exactly what he thinks of your religious beliefs and what he's going to do about that. So I think you ought to go watch it. Maybe that might stir you up a little. You got to make time. You got to make time. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck here. There's only a little bit of time left. And if you're not awake at this time, there's not going to be any more time for anybody to wake up, because there's not going to be any time to study what you need to study and do what you need to do. It's time to wake up. It's either that or stay. Because they got something planned for you, and you need to go watch Global Witness to see what they got planned for you and your kind. And I'm not saying your kind as in your kind. I'm saying your kind as in my kind. You know, we have a belief in God and a higher power. Oh, I know. But just watch it before you go to bed. You'll see what I'm talking about. You will see what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to read your comments, because I feel like nobody needs to know those comments. If it comes up, then it comes up, but usually it never comes up for my videos anyway. Chat always seems to be screwed up in mine. So, and everybody else's seems fine, but in mine it don't come up. So I'm not going to say what you're saying just because of that. It might be a little bit more private, you know. But yeah, that was it's a very scary thought what they're planning, or what they're already doing. They're already doing it. All right, well, I'm going to get to reading, and you can stay if you want, or you can go see that video. I would go see that video if I were you, and check it out. It's only about not even 20 minutes long or something like that, and it tells you all you need to know of what they're going to do to you. They can't do it to me, because I'm going to close my gap real quick here. I'm sealing my deal. And I'm going to go. But, you know, they say not to try and talk you into it, but I'm trying to talk you into it. Because if you decide later, then you're going to be screwed. And I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm laughing because, you know, I think it's disgusting. myself that we have to make these choices. So I'm just going to continue to try and wake up no matter what happens here. You know, just going to keep doing what I'm doing and try my best to keep doing it. Alright, well, I'm going to get to reading this book, and hopefully that light stays out of your eyes whenever I lean back. I'll try not to lean back. I'll try to stay like this. Oh, my page flipped. There we go. The ancient masters were subtle, mysterious, profound, responsive. The depth of their knowledge... Oh, I already read this. Thought that looked familiar. I'm on 16. Cool. I thought I was on 15. I guess because I stopped at 15, I had it in my head. Alright. Empty yourself of everything. Let the mind become still. The 10,000 things rise and fall, while the self watches their return. That's about meditation and about how you're pushing your thoughts out and they just keep going around, and they'll keep going around until you settle them. They grow and flourish and then return to the source. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. Did I read this one too? It sounds like it. The way is... Yeah, I did read this one, but it's okay to read it again. The way of nature is unchanging, knowing constantly... Constance. I can't say that word. Constancy is in sight. Not knowing constancy leads to disaster. Knowing constancy, the mind is open. With the mind open, you will be open-hearted. Being open-hearted, you will act royally. Being royal, you will attain the divine. Being divine, you will be at one with the Tao. Being at one with the Tao is eternal. And through the body dies, and though the body dies, the Tao will never pass away. The very highest is barely known. Then comes that which people know and love. Then that which is feared. Then that which is despised. Who does not trust enough will not be trusted. Yeah, I did read this, because I was talking about you have to not trust people. When actions are performed without unnecessary speech, people say, we did it. Yeah, that's the one that trips me up. But then I seen enough. You can't trust, who does not trust enough? So they put that enough in there. So you are allowed not to trust fully. Oh, you retracted your message? I can't believe you got that before me. Pretty soon the observer will be here. Whenever you can. When the great Tao is forgotten, kindness and morality arise. When wisdom and intelligence are born, the great pretense begins. When there is no peace within the family, filial piety and devotion arise. When the country is confused and in chaos, loyal ministers appear. 19. That was 18. This is 19. Give up sainthood, renounce wisdom, and it will be 100 times better for everyone. Give up kindness, renounce morality, and men will rediscover filial piety and love. What does that mean? Filial piety. I'll figure it out later. Give up, let me make sure you're not talking to me. Give up kindness, renounce give up ingenuity, renounce profit, and bandits and thieves will disappear. Let me reread that because that's confusing as all heck. I'm not trying to, don't get what it's saying. Give up sainthood, renounce wisdom. It will be 100 times better for everyone. Give up kindness, renounce morality. Okay, I get it. The men will rediscover filial piety and love. I think I understand what that word means. The way it's used in the contents of the sentence. Seems like I would know. It's kind of obvious. Give up ingenuity, renounce profit, and bandits and thieves will disappear. Okay. So in other words, sainthood, kindness, ingenuity. These three are outward forms alone. They are not sufficient in themselves. It is more important to see the simplicity, to realize one's true nature, to cast off selfishness, and temper desire. Are you erasing messages, Mom? Or is this thing going haywire again? I think it might be going haywire. I seen something up at the top and then I try to scroll up and it's not doing nothing. Yeah, it's messed up. I see 4 messages that were retracted. And then I seen one up at the very, very top. And it should have been down at the bottom because it was a new message because you had it on bold. Unless that wasn't you. Their 3 are outward forms alone. They are not sufficient in themselves. It is more important to see the simplicity, to realize one's true nature, to cast off selfishness and temper desire. That's easy enough. That's simple. We can do that. Give up learning. Turn it. See it. Give up learning and put an end to your troubles. Is there a difference between yes and no? Is there a difference between good and evil? Must I fear what others fear? What nonsense. Other people are contented, enjoying the sacrificial feast of the ox. In the spring, some go to the park and climb the terrace, but I alone am drifting, not knowing where I am, like a newborn babe before it learns to smile. I am alone, without a place to go. Wow, that's deep. Others have more than they need, but I alone have nothing. I am a fool. Oh yes, I am confused. Others are clear and bright, but I alone am dim and weak. Others are sharp and clever, but I alone am dull and stupid. Oh, I drift like the waves of the sea, without direction, like the restless wind. Everyone else is busy, but I alone am aimless and depressed. I am different. I am nourished by my great mother. 21. We're going down. Thanks for the thumbs up. I don't really care, but thanks. I'm not about all that, you know what I mean? It's just about getting this information out there and helping myself here, really. But yeah, that does bring it out, I guess, so I should care. It makes it more known, but there's lots of videos like mine out there. And lots of people are doing the same thing, getting out their books and reading them. Okay, so we're on 21. The greatest virtue is to follow Tao, and Tao alone. The Tao is exclusive and intangible, or it is intangible and exclusive, and yet within is image. Oh, it is exclusive and intangible, and yet within is form. Oh, it is dim and dark, and yet within is essence. The essence is very real, that therein lies faith. From the very beginning until now, its name has never been forgotten. Thus, I perceive the creation. How do I know the ways of the creation? Because of this. I want to stop and explain something. The guy who's saying this is Lao Tzu. There is no record to prove that he said any of this. It was said by a guy who met him on the road as he left the village because he was in disgust of his village and where it was headed. And he decided to head out to the desert, and before he hit the desert, he hit this guy. And the guy told him that he needs to write this stuff down, so he did. And this is supposed to be it. And it was in a language that was really hard to detect and take apart and to translate, you know. So this is given by a person, so just take that with a grain of salt. But I'm taking the good points out of it because it does have some really intelligent stuff in here. Hello, second wheel. We're just going over the Tao Te Chi again. We're getting done. We're on 21 now. And it's talking about intangible. And I'm fixing to read it over again. Just because, yeah, I want to sink it in there. The greatest virtue is to follow Tao, the Tao alone. The Tao is exclusive and intangible. Oh, it is intangible and exclusive, and yet within its image. Oh, it is exclusive and intangible, and yet within this form. Oh, it is dim and dark, and yet within its essence. The essence is very real, and therein lies faith. From the very beginning until now, its name has never been forgotten. Thus, I perceive the creation. How do I know the ways of the creation? Because of this. Simple. take a drink while that blows over. 22. Yield and overcome. Bend and be straight. Empty and be full. Wear out and be new. Have little and gain. Have much and be confused. Therefore the wise embrace the one, and set an example to all, not putting on display, thus shine forth, not justifying themselves, they are disguised, not boasting, they receive recognition, not bragging, they never falter. They do not quarrel, so no one quarrels with them. Therefore, the ancients say, yield and overcome. Is that an empty saying? Be really whole, and all these things will come to you. Gonna read that one again. Yield and overcome. Bend and be straight. Empty and be full. Wear out and be new. Have little and gain. Have much and be confused. Therefore the wise embrace the one, and set an example to all, not putting on display, they shine forth, not justifying themselves, they are not distinguished, they are not distinguished. It's the old eyes. Not boasting, they receive recognition, not bragging, they never falter, they do not quarrel, so no one quarrels with them. Therefore the ancients say, yield and overcome. It is the empty saying, be really whole, and all things will come to you. Seems easy enough. 23. Moving down. To talk little is natural. High winds do not last all morning. Heavy rains does not last all day. Why is this? Heaven and earth. If heaven and earth cannot make things eternal, how is it possible for man? He who follows the Tao is at one with Tao. He whom is virtuous experiences virtue. He who loses the way is lost. When you are at one with the Tao welcomes you. When you are at one with virtue, the virtue is always there. When you are at one with loss, the loss is experienced willingly. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. And I still say Daddy's right. Don't trust anyone if you can't trust in yourself 100%. So trust with that grain of salt. Always trust, not fully, just the grain of salt. Always have it in there. He who stands on tiptoe is not steady. He who strides cannot maintain the pace. And this is 24. He who makes a show is not enlightened. He who is self-righteous is not respected. He who boasts achieves nothing. He who brags will not endure. According to followers of the Tao, these are extra food and unnecessary luggage. They do not bring happiness. Therefore, followers of the Tao avoid them. "25. Something mysterious formed, born before heaven and earth, in the silence and in the void, standing alone and unchanging, ever present and in motion. Perhaps it is the mother of 10,000 things. I do not know its name. Call it Tao. For lack of a better word, I'll call it great. Being great, it flows. It flows far away. Having gone far, it returns. Therefore, Tao is great. Heaven is great. Earth is great. The King is great. Those are 4 great powers of the universe, and the King is one of them. Man follows the earth. Earth follows heaven. Heaven follows Tao. Tao follows what's natural." So let me reread that. So this is what's boiling up to. Man follows earth. Earth follows heaven. Heaven follows Tao. Tao follows what is natural. So follow nature. Do what nature is doing, I think, is what it's trying to say. You know, give back whenever you take from the earth, like I do with my garden. You know, if I have some bad fruit or bad veggies that are going bad, you know, I'll put them in the back and let the animals have at it. I'm going to bed, really tired. I love you. Good night. Okay, Mama. I love you too. And Tabby Smith came in. He said hi. And Chris is here. Didn't he say it's all on the wheel? I thought what goes around comes around to a certain degree. The karma wheel ain't doing its turning. And Chris also says, a good name is worth more than gold. I don't like names, so it's not worth nothing to me. Wasn't Kwai-Chang Caine a Shaolin monk, but said he followed the ways of the Tao? 3 seasons of that. I made my mom stop dressing me up as a sailor and got me a bald mask and commenced to a hurricane of air kicks and punches. That's what I was doing. I did the same thing. I found this in my library. I'm like, everybody was kung fu fighting. Ah! Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I am dead serious. I turned that song on, man. I was throwing in punches and kicks and dancing. Because I was happy that I had this. I was happy that I had all those books and didn't even know I had them. I had them right there. It was like it was waiting for me. It was like, well, you know, we're just going to let you collect these throughout all the years, and then whenever it comes time, you're going to have everything you need to wake up. That was my mother's son dance at my wedding. That's cool. That's really cool. My wedding song is going to be, have you ever heard of bad lip reading? I'll just explain it. Bad lip reading. Carl Douglas. Oh, is that who sang that song? Okay. What was I saying? Oh, it was going to be interesting too. Dang it, I hate whenever I do that. I'm just going to grab a sip of my coffee. Yes, I have coffee. I had to get ready for you guys. Because I'm already on 25 though, so it's not that bad. I'm just going to throw on a jacket. It's kind of chilly out here. you don't mind. Oh, I know what I was talking about. I was talking about bad lip reading. They take people like Clinton and Trump and movies and TV shows and whatever you have, you know. They'll take it and they'll silence the voice, and then they'll see what it looks like they're saying, and then they'll throw in some voice actors, and the voice actors will say what they think that they're saying, but it'll be something like, and the poo on the wall is green. And it'll look like, you know, Hillary's actually saying the poo on the wall is green. So they done this one. It's about Star Wars. And my hubby, he loves Star Wars. You know, it's his thing. It's, you know, Star Wars. So not really, it used to be my thing until, you know, Hollyweird, you know, and all that. So yeah, and so this thing, this song is called "The Bushes of Love." And whenever me and my hubby met, we were really good friends at first, you know? And then one day I just seen him in a different way. Somebody pointed something out. My son actually pointed out that he looked like a wrestler that I was really into and that I really liked. And yeah, it kind of opened up my eyes and made me see him, you know, as boyfriend material instead of friend material. Yeah, so I just kind of like made a move, and I kissed him, and then he went walking ahead of me, and then he scared the crap out of me by jumping out of bushes. And I thought it was really cute. So whenever they came out with this song, it's called "The Bushes of Love," and it talks about, you know, Leia being in love with Luke, and Luke being in love with Leia, and them being confused about each other and all that, and their brother and sister. It was a good one. You ought to check them out. It's really cool. You really ought to check it out because it's really funny. If you like making fun of Clinton, you'd love what they have on Clinton. I swear to God, you would. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this and try to get through it. At least one more page, and then we'll discuss more. Okay, and we'll talk some more. I mean, I can do this all night and just keep, you know, talking to you or whatever. I don't, you know, or not all night, but you know what I mean. The time that you're here, I can keep doing this and kind of just keep going back and forth. Yeah, and you're right. It does pretty much sound like they're talking about karma there. Man follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows Tao, Tao follows what is nature. Did you say anything? Okay. You did say cool. The heavy is the root of the light. The still is the master of unrest. Therefore the sage, traveling all day, does not lose light of his baggage. I'm sorry, lose sight of his baggage. Them old eyes. Though there are, that doesn't sound right. Though there are beautiful things, yeah, it does. Okay. Though there are beautiful things to be seen, he remains untouched and calm. That's at 50 miles an hour going on. Or the 10,000 things. Why should the Lord of the 10,000 chariots act lightly in public? To be light is to lose one's root. To be restless is to lose one's control. I'm gonna have to read that again. The heavy is the root of the light. The still is the master of unrest. Therefore the sage, traveling all day, does not lose sight of his baggage. Though there are beautiful things to be seen, he remains unattached and calm. Why should the Lord of 10,000 chariots act lightly in public? To be light is to lose one's root. To be restless is to lose one's control. Okay, I get it. The light to lose one's root, that would mean like the veil. You're looking for the truth. The light is to lose one's truth. The root is truth. Okay? The heavy is the truth of light, of the light. The still is the matter of unrest. Therefore, the sage, traveling all day, does not lose sight of his baggage. Though there are beautiful things to be seen, he remains unattached and calm. Why should the Lord of 10,000 chariots act lightly in public? To be light is to lose one's root. To be restless is to lose one's control. Simple as pie. Let's move on. A good walker leaves no tracks. 27. A good speaker makes no slips. A good reckoner needs no tally. A good door needs no lock. Yes, no one can open it. What are you writing here? Fluidity of man. Confucius was non-political. His books were not burned. Chop up the root of the truth of your truth to see through the veil. It has then fallen. All right. Yeah, that does explain it a little bit better. It gives it a little bit more to it, you know. So I appreciate that, Chris. Here's to you. Let me warm this puppy up. Ew. That's better. What else did you write? Nothing? Alright. I'm going to go ahead and read this last one and not come back. I know I said one, but that was so small that I just thought I'd keep going. "27. A good walker leaves no tracks. A good speaker makes no slips. A good reckoner needs no tally. A good door needs no lock. Yet no one can open it. Good binding requires no knots." The knots. What was the knots? I forgot. Wasn't that the thoughts? Like the hiccups in your thoughts? Good binding requires no knots. I don't know. I figured I'm going to keep going because all these books, they probably say the same thing. I mean, in different ways. And it'll probably explain itself as I read all these books. So I'm just going to keep reading. Therefore, the sage takes care of all men. He abandons no one, and abandons no one, and abandons no one. Oh man, and abandons no one. Oh yeah, but that's right. If I go to the other side, then I have more power, so I'm not abandoning anyone. Ha 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 ha. I still get my way. Joan of Arc really lit up the dark, figuratively and literally. Her truth, her veil. I don't know. I don't believe any of it anymore. I guess I'm gonna have to read it and look at it for myself. But to be quite honest with you, I think I only have time for these. And the analytical stuff and the meditation. And then I'm out. That's what I'm foreseeing for myself right now. Because I just feel like, man, I don't have any time at all. I just feel that way. Did I read all of it? No, I didn't. Therefore, a sage takes care of all men and abandons no one. He takes care of all things and abandons nothing. This is called following the light. What a good man, a teacher of bad men. What is a bad man? A good man's charge. If a teacher is not respected and the student not cared for, confusion will arise, however clever one is. This is the crux of mystery. Oh my God. That one's hard. Somebody jumped in. Hello, welcome. Nope, they're gone. Good, it's just me and you. I'm gonna go ahead and reread this because I need to. A good walker leaves no tracks. A good speaker makes no slips. A good reckoner needs no tally. A good door needs no lock. Yes, no one can open it. Good binding requires no knots. Yet no one can loosen them. Therefore the sage takes care of all men and abandons no one. Damn. Am I gonna have to stay? Am I gonna have to stay? Is that what that's saying? If that says I had to stay, I'm gonna be bummed. I'm gonna be so freaking bummed. It looks like that's what that's saying. If I'm a sage, then I have to stay. I go back into the arms of the night and stretch my wings as they are, prepared for flight. I like my... And he's writing, he's typing out the rest of what he has to say. Chris is there. Were you getting ready to say I like my version? I like that version too. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay. I hope that's not what it's saying. He takes all things, he takes care of all things, and abandons nothing. Damn, that is what it's saying. Oh. This is called following the light. I'm gonna cry. 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 I don't want to stay. I gonna go and fight, man. What is a good man? A teacher of bad man. What is a bad man? A good man's charge. If a teacher is not respected and the student is not cared for, confusion will arise. Confusion will arise however clever one is. This is the crux of mystery. And there we have it. I'm gonna have to stay. Damn. Damn. At least that's what this version is saying. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt, right? Because it was just wrote by a man who heard what Lao Tzu had to say, maybe. Or Lao Tzu wrote it down, but it may not have been Lao Tzu. But it sure does sound like Lao Tzu. Like if I had a figure, like this, it would sound like that. I don't know. But I'm going to read more of other people's stuff. I'm going to compare it. Make sure I don't have to stay. Because I don't want to stay. Uh-oh. Hopefully this is running okay. Something's going on. Hey, something happened. I don't know what. It said something or another. I don't even know. I don't even read them anymore. It's just them doing stuff. So I don't even read it anymore. I already know what's up. Okay, so Lai was gone. Chris is leaving. He says goodnight. We can resurrect after this test called Earth. I don't want to be resurrected. I just want to go. I don't want to come back. But good night, Chris, and I hope you have a good evening. And Joe's in the house. The goalpost keeps moving. See? Buffering. Dire repeat. Giggity. Now it says GTG. I just want to say giggity. Giggity, 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 goo. I'm slap happy. Excuse me. But yeah, you have a good night, Chris, and hopefully, yeah, you go somewhere tonight. I hope you go somewhere tonight. You are gonna go somewhere tonight. I don't know where, but you're going somewhere. And it's just you and me, Joe, with my cup of Joe. Nope, somebody just popped in. Expanded. Shh. So, did anybody say who they are as they come in? No. Alright, just you and me, Joe, and I know I'm buffering. But I have it set for 420, so. Ooh. But anyway, I have it set for 420 HP, so it should be good. It's not me, I don't think. Let me look at my battery. Yeah, my battery's at 100%. So that should be good. I think it's YouTube side of things. Like the connection. Like there's a frequency that's being blocked here. Because I'm reading this. Let's see, where am I at? I am on 28. Yeah, I'm on 28. And 50 more to go. Just about. Less than 50. I think there was like 87. We're at 28. That's 60. Yes, it's hard for me to do math. It's good now. Cool. Yeah, it turned off. It said my app was closing out. I don't know what that was about. Now, okay, 28. Now the strength of man. Alright, let me get my fluidity going, because I like having the fluidity to it. It sounds better. Now the strength of man, but keep a woman's care. Be the stream of the universe. Bandit! Being the stream of the universe. Be the stream of the universe. Being the stream of the universe. Ever true and unswerving. Become as a little child once more. Know the white, but keep the black. Be an example to the world. Be an example to the world. Ever true and unwavering. Return to the infinite. Bandit! Shh! Now honor. You keep humility. Be the valley of the universe. Being the valley of the universe. Be and being. Alright. Ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. When the sage uses it, it becomes the ruler. Thus, a great tailor cuts little. Keep the strength of the man, but keep the woman's care. Be the stream of the universe, being the stream of the universe. Ever true and unwavering, become as a little child once more. Huh. You know, that's funny. That's another thing I do that's right on the dot. I don't like to say my age. I tell people to figure it out yourself. I'm a little kid inside, you know. I like to play. I like to slide down the slide, go down backwards and upside down and all that. I like to play like a little kid. So that's kind of weird. I already knew it, so that's cool. So I only got 4 things I need to do now. I'm down to 28, so just 4 things. I think I can do that in that amount of time. Can you hang on for just one moment? I'm going to take care of this little mongrel here that keeps barking at nothing. Okay? And I'm gonna turn you a little so that you're not blinded by this light behind me. There we go. apologize. And Joe says, my heart has been beating for 24 years, 2 months, 3 weeks, body age 54. This time, okay, so I'm gonna collect my thoughts here about what I just read. And I managed to bum a cigarette off of somebody. Because I can't quit cold turkey. I can't do it. I need to taper off. And I got my coffee. Just smoke with my cigarette. I think I'm alright though. As long as I take it slow and, you know, not smoke a lot, I think I'll be good. Just taper off slowly. Like have 1 or 2 a day. That way I can get the nicotine out of it. Because I don't know if I can do the gum. I like this kind of gum, you know, the kind that tastes good. I tried that nicotine gum, it was nasty. I even tried to put some mint flavor into it. It was nasty, I didn't like it. So I think I'm just gonna just have 1 or 2 and go from there. You know, I didn't bring any with me, so that's good. So I can only bum 1, you know, from somebody. Which I think is alright because, you know, I don't like to bum things from anyone. So it encourages me not to ask for another or anything. So I've done to use that person up, in other words. Because I don't ask a second time with someone. And I don't know anybody else that lives around here. So I didn't even know that person. I just see him. I'm like, dude, you have a cigarette? Can I bum a cigarette? Change. Change. I'm a tree hugger. That's tree hugging hypocrite. Change. Oh, this is so fun making fun of myself. I like it. I like being a tree hugger. What about you? You like being a tree hugger? I love it. Like all this tree hugging hypocrite. God damn it. Mommy always told me I was cute. Are you being the observer, Joe? Alright. See, I stopped to talk to you. I see how you are. You shut up right whenever I talk. You just want to talk. You just want to chat it up, don't you? Did the Greenpeace thing. Tree hugger. I never considered myself as a tree hugger. I just considered myself as a good person, you know, that tried to do good things. I'm a pleaser. Wow, that light looks pretty. It's like a purple. Did you write something else? Yes, you did. Got the shirt and got a crappy DVD. You got a shirt, huh? Do you still have that shirt? I still have old 70s shoes, like Three's Company. You remember Chrissy? Whenever they were walking down the boardwalk, and she had on those big old wooden shoes. I got a pair just like it. They're trash though. I need to get them fixed. I need to take them to a shoe shop and have them fixed. But them were my shoes, man. Them were cool. I like Three's Company. Did you like Three's Company? I did. I love Three's Company. I love John Ritter. So I had a dream, and this dream is actually bothering me now with all this. It's not really bothering me. It just, like, foresee something, you know? I just foreseen something. Tattered buff rag last time, saw it. Now I know this could have came from off the theory of, you know, everybody saying that we were going to concentration camps and shit, but the stream was so vivid. We were up, I mean, we were like we have a park down here, and the park gets together money, and they get together at the 4th of July fireworks, and they fire them off, and a lot of people around come around. A lot of people. And before the fireworks started in my dream, um, these buses and army men. No, it wasn't the BP fair. It was a little park that's near my house. We have different parks in the area that does these things for the neighborhood people. So that's what was going on, and we were celebrating my grandson's birthday because his birthday is near the 4th of July, and that's usually whenever we have his birthday party is on the 4th of July. So we was up there celebrating his birthday, and we spent all day up there. And it started out like morning time, and then the crowd kind of got big, you know, because it was getting to be like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, and then all of a sudden these trucks came in, these buses came in, like army trucks, and then all the army men got out, and all these spaceships started coming, like a bunch of spaceships. Like you looked up, and that's all you seen was spaceships. Well, you didn't see them, but you felt them there. Like I felt them there, and then I'm trying to think of what happened because it was a dream, and I only told this story like 3 times. Okay, so then the army trucks came, and then I grabbed my grandsons and then dove down in a sewer. Been there. Don't get on the bus. Yeah, exactly. So I jumped down in a sewer, and the sewer was like a underground tunneling system, which was kind of weird because down here they're like smaller, you know. They're like about that big. But I think they do have underground like tunnels around here. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they do. And I think I might have been dreaming about that. And so anyway, I jumped down in there and I was watching what was going on. They hauled off the others, and then I followed underneath the ground with my grandsons, and I couldn't let my family suffer like that, so I went to go get them. I followed the trucks over to a hospital that's near here, and they hauled them into the hospital, and then I snuck into the hospital through like an air conditioning vent, and from the rooftop I kind of scaled the roof. Don't ask me how, I don't know. With the kids, so I don't know. I disappeared there, and I think that I scaled it because I remember like the kids being on my back and on my front, like I tied them around me. So I'm thinking that that's what I did, was scaled the building. And then I got into the air shaft, and then I got down to this room, and I kept trying to find my family, and then I got caught. And then they took the kids, and then I ran back into the vent, and then hid for a while, and then went back to the kids, and by then it was already too late. We were gonna die. And so I held my kids, my grandkids, and I told them what was going on. And I told them that no matter what happens, that I'm here. I'm with them. And don't let go of me. You know, take my hand and don't let go. So just imagine your hand in my hand. And that's how we're holding hands. And that's how we're going to continue to hold hands, all of us. And so yeah, it ended with the lady that came in and said, "You're not supposed to be here. Guards!" And so I heard like a so I must have been shot in the head. And my grandkids were crying. It was a tough dream, too, because it was kind of like going into, you know, the Holocaust again, you know? It's kind of like that. It was hard, very, very hard to dream that. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a sign of something to come. I just thought I'd throw it out there because it was really vivid. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I'm back. I'm reading it. I'm on, now I'm on like 28 or 29. So I'm getting there. Oh, wait, I'm back. Yeah, Joe is just observing here. He's saying little. But then I started talking about a dream, and he had to speak up and say, "Don't get on the bus." All right. Did you want to talk a little bit more and let me take a longer break, or I don't mind, whatever you guys want to do. I'm just gonna do what I do, and like I don't mind taking a break. It's not a big deal. Okay, well, let's talk a little. I don't know if you know much about this channel, Mike, but it was designed. Did you check the stream? No, I didn't get a chance to do anything. Those people stopped by and they did their thing, and then I had to put the kids to bed, and that took me a while to wait for them to actually fall asleep so they don't come out here and bother me anymore, you know. And yeah, so no, I didn't get to watch anything yet. Darn it. I think I did look to see if somebody was streaming that I knew of, just to make sure that I wasn't gonna step on anybody's toes, you know, as I came in. So nobody was streaming, so I came in. And I hope nobody's streaming now. I haven't seen anybody come up, I don't think. You look. Ooh, The Last Stand. Okay. You guys, The Last Stand is on 11:05. No. Sorry. I was looking and my finger pressed it and it went in. I was getting ready to let go too. Oh, good Lord. Oh, gosh. Well, it's a little bit chilly because it's night and, you know, it's getting to be fall here, and so it's getting to be more chillier in the evening. I'm not really cold, I'm just chilly. So I just thought I'd throw on a jacket and a hoodie. It's my niece's hoodie. It's mermaid, the Little Mermaid. So tell me a little bit about you guys. I mean, I could watch your streams a little bit more, but I am going to get to that. And I hope that Glenn got my email. I'm hoping, because that's one of the reasons why I laid off the meditation tonight, is because I just wanted to concentrate on this stuff here first for the evening, because I'm not sure what to do with the meditation. I'm thinking about Glenn. He's certified in that, and he has a lot of experience, and I was talking about getting someone with experience, and Sandra D did bring out our video. I seen that today. I'm almost 50 and still move like a 20-year-old. Yeah, that's what Joe was saying, I think. I think it was Joe, or was it, trying to find it. Could have been Chris who was saying it, but can't remember. We were talking about, you know, being a kid because the book says something about being a kid. Yeah, it was Joe the Info. He's 24. Joe is. Going on 54. And then you are 20, going on 50. What is this? KK. Hey, KK. I'm reading Tao Te Ching. I'm trying to get through it in one night so I can move forward and go to the next book. I'm from Misery. I'm from Misery and I love company. Because it helps me figure things out. It wasn't me this time. Wasn't me this time. Something going on with this app. It's saying that it wants to close. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I got a virus. Did you wind up seeing the Global Witness yet, Joe? Mike? If not, I suggest you do. It's important. It's called The Virus. Global Witness, The Virus. It's in my channel. It's in your channels. Sorry, your channels. But yeah, go and check them out. And Kay, my name is Nanya. Oh, the book is about getting yourself ready for spiritual awakening, to be able to use powers, you know, like good energy. We're all about love and good energy, and we're the nutty ones that people want gone. And we believe that there's negative energy about that's trying to prevent us from shining. And if you want proof of that, go to Global Witness's channel and look up the virus one a few days ago, like yesterday. It's like three videos down, and you'll see exactly what they're trying to do, that they're going to try to do to people who believe in a higher power other than themselves. And they don't like that, and they want to put a virus in us to delete that, to take away our essence, to give us a virus, to get rid of it and make us, quote, normal, because we believe in a higher power other than what they're feeding us, and that's God, what's in the Bible. We're seeing the truth about things. Okay, so I'm going to read some of these. Kay says, oh, okay, what's the book about? And I explain what the book is about. And he says, very interesting. It is very interesting to have powers that you don't know you have. And you always pretty much used them. You just didn't think that they were real. Like, you didn't think that they would amount to much, but they can if you do the steps necessary in order to make them. And if you need more information, there's plenty of people in the channel, and in your channel, there's channels in there that I've collected of people. And if you don't know about this and you're wondering more about these lies, you can go to Global Witness. That's the ultimate lie, and that's to get rid of us, the ones who believe in higher power. Because it's not about God, it's about something else more than God. God is a trap. Okay, Joe Info says ex-Boy Scout, infantry, airborne, camper, student, teacher, subbed. GW. I guess you can kiss that life goodbye, huh? And say goodbye to that forever. And KK, did you ever try to be a card reader before? No, but I dabbled in the numbers. Like whenever I was younger, I bought a book about numbers. It's called Love Numbers. And I got very fluent in the numbers. At one time, I lost it, throughout decades of not reading it. But yeah, I don't deal in the powers right now because I'm trying to get to where I need to be first, because I feel like my spirit already, and you may think I'm nuts, Kay, but my spirit, whenever I found out truth about what I was reading in the Bible, it shocked me and it shocked my core, and my spirit just went away from me. And so now I'm trying to close that gap again so that I'm able to transcend to another level of a plane, and it's basically called heaven. Wow, SMH. I'm really bad with abbreviations because I never really chatted before. I watched chats, but not that fluently. I was more into the videos than I was the chat, but sometimes I would go down into the chat and try to read it, but there was a lot of abbreviations that I don't know what it meant. So I didn't get it, so I don't know what that SMG means or SMH means. I apologize for my stupidity, but that's just the way it is. But Joe, if you want me to keep something quiet, you can, I can read it without, reading it out loud. If you want, just say quiet to me and I'll read it quietly. I'll weed it quietly. I'll weed it quietly. I hate speech impediments because you always want to go and revert back to the way. Okay, KK says it means shaking my head. I was referring to what you were saying earlier about the global thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty sad to see the CIA director trying to sell a virus to people of pharmaceutical, or not pharmaceutical, of who were they? The CIA and the DOJ, the Department of Defense, was buying this virus to put in chemtrails, to give us a virus, to shut off this portion of our brains, which has the thinking part that opens us up to these powers. I mean, these powers extend far beyond what anybody realizes. You can basically become a time traveler with them, really. You can go ahead of yourself and correct something, or to live in that moment, or I don't know if you can correct anything, so, don't take that to heart. But I can imagine that you might be able to. And Joe Info says away from keyboard is AFK. And thank you. Yes, thank you for that, Kay. I appreciate you letting me know what that is about. I'm sorry I lost my manners, but yeah, thank you so much, because this is kind of hard for me because I just kind of stepped into becoming a YouTuber because I felt so much power in what I believed to be real, Been lied to so long. The Bible is all mixed up. Like the words are flipped and turned around. They still tell the truth, but with a lie, so you're doing the wrong thing. This book is simple, real simple, and that's what you ought to be doing. And it's basically just living your life as a good person. Never spewing out negativity, always going with the positive energy instead of the negative energy. because we believe that we have like a barrier around us. Some of us, you know, there's different beliefs in different things. There's like 10,000 things and beliefs. So we're not sure what's going to happen. We just know it's going to happen soon. We're all feeling it. And if people don't wake up now, there is no waking up. Your soul is just gonna die because they're gonna take away your essence. You're gonna get this virus, and it's gonna take that away, and you're gonna be thinking with this part of your brain from now on, and that's gonna do you no good because they're gonna be feeding you what they want to feed you, and you're gonna believe it because you have no more of this right here left in you. Your essence will be gone. That's the stealing of the souls, in other words. You know what the Bible says, and you know, you either go to heaven or you stay, and you have to repeat a life. I don't know if you have to repeat a life or not, don't know, but I do believe in this stuff because ever since I've been doing it, I've been getting attacked by these negative energies. I have it on video, one of the attacks. I think it was yesterday. No, the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday. I was doing a meditation, and we got to like a jam session to where we were powerhousing our thoughts and trying to do analysis on myself, basically trying to clear things up, all the lies and stuff, and try and clear them up. It's hard, yeah, it's okay, and no problem. Thank you for that, says KK. Joe says, do not harm and take no shit. No hive mind here. And that is the truth, you know. You got to be stern, but yet you got to be, you know, kind of fluent and take it with some positive energy instead of negative whenever you're stern. And I'm learning that with the autistic child. It's teaching me a lot about that, you know, about how to put out, because I get aggravated a lot because you know, it's aggravating. It is very aggravating because you don't know what you're doing whenever you're taking care of an autistic child, you know. You just do and hope for the best. Because I don't know any of his habits. I know some of his habits, but I don't know all of them. And then he has his ways to where he likes things the way they are. And right now, they're not the way they are. They're changing on him. Like not having any chicken nuggets. Because he doesn't want to go with me to Aldi. And I can't just go, you know, by myself and leave them here. So he doesn't want to go because of the noise inside of there. So I told him, well, you're just going to have to have hamburger. And whenever you go to school, you're going to have to eat the school meal. Because he likes bringing his chicken nuggets, you know. He won't eat anything else but chicken nuggets and hamburgers. But don't worry, I throw spinach in there. Alright, so, alright. Looks like everybody's done talking. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and read a few like 2 more pages and get something done, you know. Always got to get something done. Are you into astrology? What's your interest? Well, you know, it took me a while to figure out, but then I figured out that throughout all my life, I used my hands to heal. Like whenever I do this, they get really, really hot. And then I lay them on somebody, and then I generate my power into them, and I can try and heal them. I proved that to myself with my father. He was sick in the hospital. He had some things going on with his heart where it kept beating too fast. And in order to get his dialysis, his heart rate had to come down, and they couldn't give him the stuff he needed to get him down. So I I didn't know what else to do but to, I was put in a situation to where I had no choice but to believe in this power. And so I tried it, and it worked. But unfortunately, he caught staph infection, which killed him. So I almost did it. If he wouldn't have got the staph infection, he'd be alive today. But then things happen for a reason. It wasn't meant to be, and I know this now because a year later, my sister had passed away. And if she would have passed away while he was alive, he would have lost it. He wouldn't have had a good die. He had a good die. You know, he suffered a little, but it was a good pass away. Instead of suffering, thinking that his daughter's gone. So that was a good thing. So I'm all interested in the Tai Chi. Oh, it's alright. It's alright. I'm good with it. You know, KK says sorry for your losses. But it's alright. I'm good with it. Things happen for a reason. They all happen for a reason. You just gotta watch for the reason of why they're happening. And be smart enough in knowing why the reasons are there. But soon we're not going to be smart enough to know these things. And I'm also interested, after I get done with reading and learning the Tai Chi, I'm going to be doing palmistry, because that tells everything about someone, everything you need to know, whether you can trust them, not trust them. It tells a lot about a person, every part of a person. Like this tells you what their relationship is going to be, like if they're trustworthy, like if they have a lot of lovers, and if they can't settle down. There's a line here, and if it goes deep, then you're like a one person kind of person. But if you have two of them, that means you have internal affairs. You like more than one. But I didn't want to study it right now. I wanted to study the book so I can close that gap, so that I can get to using my powers. Sometimes I think when certain things happen to keep sane, I always think maybe it happened for a reason. They do. They always do. KK. They always do. I don't really know how else to explain it, but they do. I mean, I have instances in my life where it does, but I can't think of it right now. What comes with this is 10,000 thoughts roaming around your head at one time. It will drive you nuts if you're on drugs or alcohol. I tell you that because, it's hard to keep track of all your thoughts, especially that many. And believe me, there's that many roaming around in there at first, and you have to try and tame them down to center them and to stop them from swirling so that you can catch them. And I suggest, if you ever do wake up and you feel that gap and you feel like dizzy, it's like a dizzy feeling, and you can feel your soul taking out of your body, and you just know what's real at that point, and you follow it, and then you discover what it actually is, because your know is kind of guiding you to that point, if it happens to you. And I hope it does. I really do. I mean, if you want to get woke up, now's the time to do it, because I think that if it happens any later than now, like within this week, it's going to be too late for the other people. Because they are already doing it. I mean, look at your sky. I mean, you see it everywhere, like almost every other day. They're chemtrailing. And you know that they're chemtrails because they're different. They stay up there and then they spread out. Like, it's different from the other ones. And all these people, they just think, oh, well, they're just doing it to reflect light. No, that's not the reason why they're doing it. They're reflecting our light. They're taking away our light. That's what they're doing. It's awful. It's terrible. And I'm not shitting you. They say it. The CIA director says it. And the DOJ is all into it, buying it up. KK says, yeah, go ahead. You can finish your book. All right. Right on. Hey, and if you leave from here, go to Global Witness and see that video. It's called Virus. It says virus on it. Away from keyboard, long day, resting eyes, listening. All right, Joe. Be the observer. I like it whenever you observe. It's creepy, but I like it. It puts me on my toes, you know? Because then I get all nervous and, you know, shy. Makes me come out of my box a little. Okay, so that's 19, 21. Where am I at? 27, right? No, I did that one. Alright, here we go. 27. You guys didn't say anything while I was looking at this, did you? Oh, Joe is just laughing. That's all he said. Alright, a good walker leaves no tracks. A good speaker. 28, Joe says. Am I on 28? Oh yeah, I am. I heard you read that. Narrator don't even know where she's at. Alright, 28. Know the strength of man, but keep a woman's care. Did I read this? It sounds familiar too. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going nuts. Excuse me. Know the strength of men, but keep the woman's care. Be the stream of the universe. Be the stream, being the stream of the universe. Ever true and unsavoring. Unswerving? Yeah, unswerving. Ever true and unswerving. Become a little child once more. Know the white, but keep the black. Be an example to the world, being an example to the world. Ever true and unwavering. Return to the infinite. No honor, yet keep humility. Be the valley of the universe, being the valley of the universe. Ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. When the sage uses it, he becomes the ruler. Thus, a great tailor cuts little. Huh. Huh. Know the strength of man, and that's our power. You got to know that you have power. But keep the woman's care. Keep the feminine with it. So you got to keep both the... No, that's not what it's saying. What was that again? I forgot what Joe said earlier. Something about a male and a female. And I done forgot. I'll find it though. Give me 2 seconds. Let me find this because I need to know where I'm at and what I'm reading. Nope. I think he might have erased it. Yep, I think he might have erased it. I'll go back down. So know the strength of man, but keep the woman's care. So both male and female role need to be in place. So you got to be the male and the female. Be the stream of the universe, being the stream. I don't get this be and being. I think I kind of do. Like, be the stream, and then you are the stream. I think that's what it's trying to say. So you say you want to be it, and then you are it. It sounds like. Because you keep doing that. Be and being, be and being, be and being. Kind of like you're telling your no what you want out of it. And you're putting it out there. And you're saying, this is what I want. And it's responding to that want. Did somebody chat something? I seen something? No. Alright, could be somebody that went up live. Let me see so I can inform you guys what's going on out there in the world. Okay, it looks like Latoria's live downloaded something, or she's live streaming. I can't tell. It's cut off. It says Dodo Janum curd rice temple style Dodo Janum recipe curd rice. So she's making curd rice. 11:14. Alright, let me get this out of the way without. Alright. Alright, let me finish this. Ever true and unrelenting. Know the white, but keep the black. Get that? That's like light in the dark. But an example to the world. Be an example to the world. Being an example to the world. Ever true and unwavering. Return to the infinite. So if you're true about all these things, if you can say to yourself to be the universe, to be the world, then you are. And if you're true and unwavering, you can return to the infinite. But you got to find your way there through this, right? And I think KK took off. Maybe he liked the curd, the curd rice. Who knows? All right. Well, at least he stopped in and heard something that he probably didn't hear before, and probably thought we were all nuts. But that's okay. At least, you know, we laid a seed, right? So I did my job. Sorry, it takes me a moment to adjust my eyes to read this. No honor, but keep humility. Okay, got that. You know what? I think I need to work on my honor a little. I had the humility, but I think I need to work on the honor. Because I'm always apologizing. You know what I mean? And that's not honor. If I apologize all the time. So I'm glad that that just happened, because it made me realize that I'm not honored. So that's 5. And we're on 28. That's not too bad. Not as far gone as I thought. Be the valley of the universe is being the valley of the universe. Ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. Okay? When the sage uses it, he becomes the ruler. When the block is carved, becomes useful. What? When the block is carved, it becomes useful. When the sage uses it, it becomes the ruler. Thus, a great tailor cuts little. A great tailor cuts little. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just imagining this big piece of cheese, and that's the block. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. So if I cut the cheese, it's gonna make like a Pac-Man. When I carved it, it becomes useful. I'm trying to visualize it. I'm trying to get it. Okay. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. Ah, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Whenever you carve off all this bullshit, it'll become useful. Right? Am I thinking right? I think I'm thinking right. Let me reread this all at once. Know the strength of man, but keep the woman's care. Be the stream of the universe, but the stream, being the stream of the universe, ever true and unswerving, become a little child once more. Know the white, but keep the black. Be an example of the world, being an example of the world, ever true and unwavering, return to the infinite. Know honor, yet keep humility. Be the valley of the universe, being the valley of the universe, ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. Uncarved. Return to the state of the uncarved without the Pac-Man. When the block is cut, or when the block is carved, it becomes useful. Okay, I think it's talking about like what I've been doing, and that's powerhousing through this and trying to make it happen. You know, like digging in there and pulling out these truths, because once you carve into it, there's more. And I think that's what it's saying. He becomes the ruler, thus a great tailor cuts little. 29. 29. Yay! I'm 29. Do you think you can take over the universe and improve it? Yeah, I do. I don't believe it can be done. The universe is sacred. You cannot improve it. Aww. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. If you try to hold it, you will lose it. So sometimes things are ahead, and sometimes they're behind. Sometimes breathing is hard. Sometimes it becomes easy. Sometimes there is strength, and sometimes there is weakness. Sometimes one is up, sometimes down. Therefore, a sage avoids extremes, excesses, and complacency. All right, I have to read that one again. Let me sit back. My back is killing me from sitting forward like that. Okay. Find the light. Do you think you can take over the universe and improve it? I do not believe it can be done. The universe is sacred. You cannot improve it. You can try to change it. You will ruin it. If you try to hold it, you will lose it. That's so depressing. So sometimes things are ahead and sometimes they're behind. Sometimes breathing is hard. Sometimes it comes easy. Sometimes there is strength and sometimes weakness. Sometimes one is up and sometimes down. Therefore, a sage avoids extremes, excesses, and complacency. Avoid extreme, excess, and complacency. I'm gonna have to look that word up, complacency. I think I understand what it means, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, so if you need to know what a word is, look it up. It'll make the entire thing go a lot easier for you to be able to understand. Okay, 30. Wait a minute. Yeah, 30. Wow. Alright, 40 more to go. 40 something, anyway. However, I think 20 minus, or 30 minus 80, yeah. No, that's 60. No, that's 50. 50, my bad, 50. I'm bad at math, whenever I'm not thinking. Whenever you advise a ruler in the way of Tao, whenever you advise a ruler in the way of Tao, counsel him not to use force to conquer the universe. For this would only cause resistance. Thorn bushes spring up everywhere the army has passed. Lean years follow in the wake of the great war. Just do what needs to be done. Never take advantage of the power. Achieve results, but never glory in them. Achieve results, but never boast. Achieve results, but never be proud. Achieve results because this is the natural way. Achieve results, but not through violence. Force is followed by loss of strength. This is not the way of Tao. Force is followed by loss of strength. This is not Tao. I think I understand what that means. That means what I was doing whenever I went to the remote viewing and the tarot card reading, and I was pushing my power. You're not supposed to use your power on anyone, like force it outward. You're just supposed to, here you go. Like, you know, you still have it in your hand. You're not giving it to anybody. You're just holding it out there. And I think that's what they're saying you got to do whenever you're doing these things. All right. Force. Where am I at? Never be proud, achieve results. Force is followed by loss. This is not the way of Tao. That goes against Tao comes to an early end. That which goes against the Tao comes to an early end. 31. Good weapons good weapons are instruments of fear. All creatures hate them. Therefore, followers of the Tao never use them. The wise man refers to left. The man of war prefers the white. Weapons are instruments of fear. They are not the wise man's tools. He uses them only when he has no choice. Peace and quiet are dear to his heart. In victory, no cause for rejoicing. If you rejoice in victory, then your delight is killing. Then your delight in killing. If you delight in killing, you cannot fulfill yours. Oh, happy occasions, precedence is given to the left. Oh, sad occasions to the right. In the army, the generals stand on the left. The commander-in-chief on the right. This means the way is conducted like a funeral. Ew. Ew. When many people are being killed, they should be mourned in heartfelt sorrow. When many people are being killed, they should be mourned in heartfelt sorrow. This is why victory must be observed like a funeral. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, who else is here? Somebody else stopped in. Peekaboo! It's Mike. We're on 32. I'm breaking it down here, slowly but surely. Give me 1 second. It is getting chilly. I'm going to breathe a blinky, if you don't mind. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit warmer. I got on a little skirt and it's kind of chilly out here. Real chilly actually, but I like it. $32. You know what? I'll take a break for a minute and I'll just talk a little, because I don't want this to be strictly just reading. I like to take my breaks and do things kind of slowly. That way I can let it soak in, you know. Hey, Third Wheel. I'm Nunya. Welcome to your channel. I'm reading the Tao Te Ching, and we are learning. So if you don't like learning, this is not the channel for you. Or this is not the show for you. But I'm not reading at the moment. We're just gonna talk a little and let what I just read sink in, you know. Let's see what to talk about. What to talk about. What to talk about. What to talk about. Just so you guys know what's happening with the meditation, I just wanted to point that out. I'm regrouping on that. I think I'm going to go over to Glenn's channel and learn some of the stuff that he's going to teach. And I'm thinking about just letting you guys go over there, but I'm not sure if you guys like the meditation hour from me, or if you're willing to go with somebody else who's way better than me, who can teach you more and get you on a higher level than me. Yeah, I've been thinking that I don't have too much time left, so I'm wanting to get down with the business of, you know, getting through the meditation. So I want to do the 20 minutes, not these 3-minute peddly things. It's not enough for me, especially right now and what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that Glenn's gonna come on tonight and play some of his music and play that damn flute again, because man, last night that had me out. I was out. I think I had an outer body experience, to be quite honest with you, because I woke up and it was really weird. It felt like I don't know, it just felt weird. It felt like I wasn't sleeping. Something else was going on. And that's what I want. I want something else going on inside my head there than just nothing. And trying to push out all these thoughts. And like, I can see the light, but I just can't grab it, and I can't seem to get the thoughts out of my head, you know? It's hard to keep the focus on the breath and the focus on your fingers or the focus on whatever. It's hard to keep that focus on something else. My problem is I got too many thoughts in my head. Before this, I had, you know, a lot. So it's really all this, you know, is like really overwhelming for me. All of it. But I'm gonna pull through it like a champ. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Sorry, my fingernail is cracked. I hate that because it gets snagged and then it'll pull your whole nail off down to the middle of your nail. There ain't no way for that happening again. I already did it to this finger too. It was not fun. Going around with half a nail, it felt funnier than hell. There is nothing in that coffee and it tastes great. Alright. Let me think. I'll think of something to talk about. Give me a minute. Bigfoot. Who's thinking of Bigfoot? No one? Maybe it wants me to talk about Bigfoot. Maybe there's something there. Unless one of you guys are thinking about Bigfoot and I'm reading off of you. Liz Darwin. Hey, Liz. So you're not Joe Info. I thought Joe Info was sitting in here. You're new? Did you come from Positive Movements channel? Because I plucked a bunch of you out of there and brought you over here. I just wanted to share the love because me and her both are doing the same thing. And I thought, why not intertwine? So here we are intertwining. And I don't know who just left the chat room. Who is left? It's either Liz or Mike or Joe. One of the three. It might be Joe. Is it Liz who's in here or who's left? That way I know who I'm talking to. If it's you, Joe, just press K or something and enter. No, nothing. You're just gonna keep quiet. It's Joe. It's Joe. I know it's Joe. That girl wasn't gonna stick around here. Yep. And people need to come awake. They have the love there. They all have the love there. But, oh well. At least they have some good channels. Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. Because I knew she was a welcomer, like me. But I don't know if she done her job. Really don't know. Kind of thought that, but then I thought, well, I'll just bring them all on over. And we'll figure out the details later. And if I have to unsubscribe, then I'll unsubscribe to them. If they start getting foul mouthed or something. Alright. It's not too bad. That much more left. It's still pretty bad, huh? It's okay. Alright. I guess we'll just go. "32. The Tao is forever undefined. Small though it is, the unformed state, it cannot be grasped. If kings and lords would or could harness it, the 10,000 things would naturally obey. Heaven and earth would come together, the gentle rain fall. Oh, and gentle rainfall. Men would need no more instruction, and all things would take their course. Once the whole is divided, the parts need names. There are already enough names. One must know when to stop. Knowing when to stop averts trouble. Tao in the world is like a river flowing home to the sea." Easy enough. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing the self is enlightenment. Master others requires force. Mastering the self needs strength. He who knows he has enough is riches. He who knows he has enough is rich. Okay. Perseverance is a sign of willpower. He who stays where he is endured, he who stays where he is endures. To die, but not to perish, is to be eternally present. Okay, going back. We're going to read all that all over again. The Tao is forever undefined. I can get that. Small enough. What they mean by that is that there's never too much knowledge. The Tao is forever undefined because the knowledge is so vast and so great that it can't be contained in one spot. So it's undefined. Small though, it is in the unformed state. It cannot be grasped. So you can't grasp them the way you want to. Grab and hold. If kings and lords could harness it, the 10,000 things would naturally obey it. Heaven and earth would come together in gentle rainfall. Men would need no Man would need no more restrictions, and all things would take these course. Once the whole is divided, the part needs names. There is already enough names. One must know when to stop. Knowing when to stop averts trouble. Tap the world is, Tao in the world is like a river flowing home to the sea. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing self is enlightenment. Mastering others requires force. Mastering self requires strength. He who knows he has enough is rich. Perseverance is the sign of willpower. He who stays where he is indoors. To die but not to perish is to be eternally present. So get rid of personal things. You don't have anything except for your thoughts and you, whenever you pass. 34. The great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. The 10,000 things depend upon it. It holds nothing back. It fulfills its purpose silently and makes no claim. It nourishes to the... Ooh, I better stop. For 1 second, let me check on you. Okay. It has no aim. It is very small. The 10,000 things return to it. Yet it is not their Lord. It is very great. It does not show greatness, and therefore truly great. Got it? Don't gloat. And don't feel like you're gloating, because if you feel like you're gloating, then you are gloating. If you're thinking about it, then you are gloating, because your eyes and your body language says that. You put out that energy for it. All men will come to him who keep to the one. For there lie rest and happiness and peace. This passerby may stop for music and good food, but the description of the Tao seems without substance or flavor. It cannot be seen, it cannot be heard, and yet it cannot be exhausted. Good stuff. $36. That's 9. 6 and 9. You get 69. 69, 36, 3 and 6 is 9. 36, 9. 69. Yeah. Okay, alright. I just had a chuckle about it. That which shrinks must first expand. That which falls must first be strong. Boy, these books get you tired. I feel woozy. Alright, let me start over because I feel woozy, man. I hate reading like this because it does this to me. It makes me fall asleep. I'm like... Alright. That which shrinks must first expand. That which falls must first be strong. That which casts down must first be raised. Before receiving, there must be giving. This is called perception of the nature of things. Soft and weak overcome hard and strong. So soft and weak overcomes hard and strong. Fish cannot leave deep waters, and a country's weapons should not be displayed. Let me see, make sure you didn't say anything. All right. Tao abides in non-action, yet nothing is left undone. If kings and lords observe this, the 10,000 things would develop naturally. If they still desired to act, they would return to the simplicity of formless substance. Okay. Without form, there are no desire. Without desire, there is no tranquility. And in this way, all things would appear or would be at peace. So let me reread that because that was huge. Tao abides by no action, yet nothing is left undone. If kings and lords observe this, the 10,000 things would be would be developed naturally. If they still desired to act, they would return to the simplicity of formless substance. So I guess that's what that is saying is that you're giving up on all of it and that you're doing something else. You're formless. The return to simplicity of formless substance. Without form, there is no desire. They would return to the simplicity of formless substance. Well, that's what it sounds like to me. So I'm going to go with it. I'm sure I'll figure it out along the way with reading the what is it called? Well, first I'm reading the Hermetica, and I'm sure it's going to say the same thing as this is. I think all these are the same. I'm not sure, but I'm believing that they are. Like the same concept, of being good and keeping that in play at all times. In all this way, all things would be at peace. Tao abides by non-action, yet nothing is left undone. Nothing is left undone. The kings and lords observe this. The 10,000 things would develop naturally, but they still desired to act. They would return to the simplicity of the formless substance. Without form, there is no desire. Without desire, there is no tranquility. And in this way, all things would be at peace. Whew. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. That was a lot. Oh. All right. What time is it? And did you write anything? No, you didn't. It's good. It's only 12:30. Well, it's not only 12:30. All right, so I'm gonna hop off, and I hate to do that to you, Joe, but I need to get some sleep, you know, that way I can get up for the kids at school. They gotta get up at 4, and then I gotta get them off to school and stuff, and I'll come back on after they get and read some more. I'm gonna keep reading until I'm done with it in the next 24 hours. I know I said I'd be here in here all night, but I do need to get a little bit of sleep, because all this is pretty slamming on the body, you know, all these things put together. And if I can sleep, I'm going to try. Even if I do have to lay there, I can at least meditate, you know. So I am going to get off, and I'm going to do that, Joe, and I hope you have a great night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And if they do, by golly, you take your shoe and you knock them black and blue. Okie doke. I probably put your butt to sleep with my reading. I've been known to do that. But love is love, baby. I did. I thought you were passed out. I did. I thought I put you to sleep. Because I was about to fall asleep. My eyes were over there going, crossing and like going down and slanting. Yeah, reading always does that to me. It puts me to sleep. I made it though. I made it through what I wanted to make it through for tonight, and then in about 6 more hours, once they get off to school, I think it would probably be around 8. Yeah, I'm thinking about 8, maybe meditation time. I'm going to meditate tomorrow. I just wanted to get started with reading tonight and, you know, just kind of get started on that and figure out what I'm going to do with meditation. All right. Well, you have a good one, and I'll be up tomorrow probably at about 7:30. I'm going to try to see who's up and see who's doing what, and then go from there. And the kids will be gone by at least 7. So I'm just going to hop on as soon as they're gone, and as soon as I'm ready to get up and have coffee and everything, I'm just going to get up and come on and do my meditation, and or maybe just read until meditation time. Yeah, I think I'll probably just read until meditation time and go from there. And hopefully I can get it all done by tomorrow, and I can start on a different book, and it'll probably be the Hermetica. And I probably won't do that one live, because I want to go to Wayne's live stream and read it as he's reading it, you know, since it's already there, and I wouldn't have to read. I would just have to read along with him, you know, which is kind of easier, you know, to do that. So I will see you at about 8, maybe, if you're up and if you're rolling, and if you want to come in, you know, it's up to you. But yeah, I'll see you then, and we'll finish it up. You have a good night. Take care, and have fun in everything that you do.